Since taking office, I have been committed to moving Frederick forward. Over the past 5+ years, we've had our challenges, but I believe we are delivering on that commitment. Throughout my administration, we've established new departments that work daily to solve challenges for our most vulnerable residents, continued to develop the City of Frederick as a vibrant economic destination that is welcoming to business, and navigated our community through the COVID-19 pandemic in a way that has allowed our community to emerge stronger than we were when it began. As many of our residents know, a growing city has growing needs, and to meet those needs requires visionary leadership. My fiscal year 2024 budget isn't just a budget that meets those needs, but it is one that invests in Frederick's future. Post-pandemic, when many state, county, and municipal governments are struggling to adapt to the budget challenges presented by COVID, I am proud to say the City of Frederick maintains strong financial standing, positioning ourselves for success by investing our budget dollars in initiatives that will move Frederick forward this year and well into the future. Our current year's budget is making critical investments in our workforce, public safety and policing, public works and transportation infrastructure, and advancing equity initiatives. These areas remain priorities for FY24 as we also look toward enhancing sustainability and climate resilience, the quality of life for our residents and neighborhoods, and investing in Frederick's future. With nearly 40% of residents living on asset-limited, income-constrained, employed, or ALICE households, I know many of our residents face significant financial hardships. I'm proud that in my tenure, I have never proposed raising property taxes and increasing that burden on the taxpayers. I am proposing a general fund budget of $137 million, which is based on maintaining the existing municipal property tax rate of 73 cents per $100 of assessed value for the 11th consecutive year. It continues the 10-year phase-out of the business personal property tax, now in year 9. The budget across all operating funds, including water and sewer, stormwater, parking, the Weinberg Center for the Arts, airport, golf course, and reserves, totals $202.5 million, supported by an expanding tax base, a strengthening economy for individuals and businesses, and renewed federal and state investment to support local government. The City of Frederick remains one of the fastest growing communities in the region, in large part because we are a safe, vibrant place to live. I am proud of my administration's work to reimagine the way we do policing and respond to the increased mental health needs in the City of Frederick. From the city's crisis car program to the development of the Department of Housing and Human Services, we have successfully responded to many calls that have historically fallen to police officers to handle and taken holistic, coordinated approaches to provide the most appropriate response for specific individual needs. But police officers are still asked to do more than ever. We've looked at the data, and we know residents are requesting more traffic and speed enforcement. They want to see more officers in our community, and we all want crime rates to remain low. And while police agencies across the country struggle with recruitment and retention, the Frederick Police Department has reached its full authorized strength. My budget addresses the expectations of our community and the ability to continue recruiting the best and brightest to join our ranks by adding 4 officers and a crime scene technician. We also continue to address the department's aging vehicle fleet, as my budget proposes a $1.5 million investment in new police vehicles to provide our officers with the tools they need to best serve the public and allow the city to save money long-term by reducing vehicle maintenance costs. Public safety isn't limited to policing. In my fiscal year 2024 budget, I'm proposing the addition of 2 code enforcement officers as we move to effectively implement the rental licensing ordinance adopted by the Board of Aldermen. While there are details in the ordinance still being worked out by the rental licensing committee I established in October of 2022, we can all agree renters should be afforded a safe, healthy place to live. For years, we have heard residents voice their safety concerns with city sidewalks. While the city operates a cost-share program for sidewalk repairs, we've never identified ways to examine these concerns comprehensively. This year, we will. My budget accounts for a sidewalk maintenance study that will identify the investment required to ensure all city sidewalks are safe and ADA compliant for our residents. We expect any improvements recommended in this study to require several years of funding, but as we look forward to the future, it is a priority of mine to create the most accessible city that Frederick can be. I'm proposing an additional investment of $85,000 in security cameras, which have proven to be an effective tool in both crime fighting and crime prevention. Earlier this year, the Board of Aldermen adopted a security camera policy that guides how cameras can be used in the city to balance the rights of residents with our efforts to maintain a safe place for people to live, work, and recreate. Along with the expectation of a safe community, all residents, business owners, and community members should expect the City of Frederick to provide a high quality of life. From investments in our park system, to our arts and entertainment offerings, to our transportation ecosystem, my proposed budget represents significant opportunity to build on the already high quality of life our city provides. Growing parks and diverse recreation programming are essential to creating strong communities. Upkeeping our parks is equally critical. My proposed budget provides 3 additional parks maintenance positions to keep pace with the increased demands of caring for our expanding parks and recreation infrastructure. We're moving forward with the construction of several sports fields at Westside Regional Park as my commitment continues to develop a premier facility along one of the most diverse and evolving corridors in the city. I've responded to the quality of life requests made by our residents as my budget commits the city to continuing to fund the popular Downtown Ambassador Program, which is operated by our Main Street organization, the Downtown Frederick Partnership. We've committed funding to upgrades for street lighting, a frequent request for our residents, and funding is allotted for the restoration of the community bridge, an art staple in our community. With the city assuming operations of New Spire Stages last year, we are working to make it a first-class facility for theater arts offerings. My budget provides funding for additional staff for the Weinberg Center to assist with operations at New Spire Stages and increasing the theater and production programming in the near future. My vision for the future of the City of Frederick includes a multimodal transportation network that works for the needs of all our residents. My administration has made significant progress on creating more shared-use paths, bicycle lanes, and we're currently in the design stages for a much-needed bus-only lane along the Golden Mile corridor. Last year, the city paid off its debt at the Frederick Municipal Airport, which will allow that budget to bring significant additional economic opportunities to the city. We've secured congressionally directed funding for the East Street Rails to Trails project, and we look forward to seeing that advance in coming years. But we also acknowledge that cars are still the primary mode of transportation for many of our nearly 80,000 residents. My proposed budget includes funding to create an east-west connection from East Street to Church Street, allowing for easier vehicular travel in the city. We're also entering the second year of our traffic calming program, and I've committed an additional $100,000 in the capital improvements project as we continue to identify areas of the city where we can make modifications to street design and engineering that will encourage drivers to slow down through our neighborhoods. As we invest in and look forward to our future, it's critical that we are creating a community that is both sustainable and resilient in the decades ahead. Clean waterways are essential for an environmentally friendly future. My proposed budget provides approximately $8.7 million in the CIP for stream restoration projects. I've proposed adding an additional position in our Office of Sustainability as we continue to take on more initiatives to create a sustainable community. And as we make investments in our vehicle fleet across the city, we continue to examine the opportunities to purchase more environmentally friendly vehicles, whether it be hybrid, electric, or possibly in the future, other alternative fuels. Lastly, but certainly not least, my budget proposes record investments in the nonprofit sector, a key contributor to solving the challenges our community face. This year, we received the highest number of applications and funding requests for the community promotions grants in my time in office, highlighting the increased needs and opportunities these organizations have encountered coming out of the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm proud of the investment of more than $375,000 going directly to our boots-on-the-ground problem solvers, assisting the city in responding to needs in the areas of arts, culture, youth, and senior initiatives to build a better future for all of our residents. We are also continuing to utilize funding received in the American Rescue Plan Act to provide aid to our community, as my budget directs an additional $525,000 to our nonprofits and community partners. The City of Frederick remains a wonderful place to live, and I believe with my proposed fiscal year 2024 budget, we position ourselves for an even brighter future that is vibrant, equitable, sustainable, and resilient. Thank you.